Oh no, this is the Goswick's flat. We've been in here. It's just that we can do stuff in here. Alright, anyway. They've been collecting bodies on the street. That's naughty. I'm going to have to use my naughty stick on you. Boop, boop, boop. I do detest the term leech. It's Dr. Leech, MD. Don't throw grenades at people in the street. Where are the police up doing all this anyway? I'm guessing the guard at Freeman must have a deal with the with the police. It's the only thing that makes sense. Right then. Gentlemen, your belongings please. Now, what's that? That way takes me over to the central area, which I don't need to go to yet. We need to head to the docks. And Binlets, more importantly. Howdy!
This one's mine!
Ow. Oh, I shouldn't have eaten him so early. That's a bit silly. Oh well. Turns out you can't parry a shotgun. So disappointing. Right, I should kill him now. Okay, I've got my oh no, I got my shadow skill back up. So, and my shield. Let's put the shield back on. I should probably put another level into the shield. Excuse me, sir. I'm going to menacingly walk over to you. Alright. Boink! Now that mess has been dealt with, let's collect these guys' goodies and see where we are. Okay, that's fine. That's the way to the docks. But there's boxes and stuff you can collect over here. You know, because boxes are super important. What's on to you? My god, is there a vampire around here? That's disgusting behavior. Better sort that out. I think it's just the back of where the Goswick's flat is. I don't know if there's anything particularly interesting around here. There's more prone soldiers, and there's the flat. Well, I'd feel bad about not clearing the street of filth. You know how there's diseases rampant and all that. It'd be a shame not to kill all these people making a mess in the street.
Leech spotted!
Leech spotted?
No! Oh god,
no! Oh god, no!
no! He's dead!
Actually, the British accents in this are pretty on point for the most part. Very little space English. I was watching a film the other night, though, that had the guy with the most unlegit British accent I've ever heard. He was like, "Core blimey, mate! That is really bad. I am really scared of this very scary doll." Oh, whoops.
I can't believe I
Didn't mean to eat that rat there. That was an unfortunate rattering. Is that box available to loot? It is. Okay, I think that's probably all we need then. Cool. Now we can scoot our way back out. Doot doot. Scoot, 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 scoot. There's light on here. No, it's just. It's kind of. I wish they'd make it a bit more obvious which doors you can and can't open sometimes. Right, this is the docks area. Ooh! Oh, there's dead people in the street. It's always a good sign. I'll take that, thank you. Now, let's have a good look around. Most of these places are effed. This is pretty much a no-go area for people, isn't it? Is that a bin lid I spy? No, it's already open. God. There's some gates, which is always a good sign. But what's over here? The waterfront. And that leads over to the central area. Okay, well we're not interested in that, so we can pop our way into the docks here, probably. And this is a public area. This is near where the pub is and stuff. Hello, hello. There's no one in here. Well, let's help ourselves then. We know how this works. A cover letter by Booth Digby. Hello, Frank. How are you, my old friend? It was good to see you last week. Next time, let me get the rounds in. I hope everything is okay on your side of town. Here in your old neighborhood, the situation is getting worse. Clay is getting more violent every day and is only thinking about expansion, even when it seems there are new players around, trying to dispute our territory. The Wet Boot Boys are in a bad spot, I'm afraid. So I thought about the thing you said last time we met, that you never regretted leaving the gang. That the only thing you regret is not being able to put your foot in the East End again. To avoid a good beating or worse. Well, rest assured that you would have my protection if you decide to pass by. And maybe we could talk again about new opportunities and a job offer. You know, I've always been good with numbers, so maybe if you need an accountant in your company, Let's talk about that, shall we? Say hello to your wife for me. WBB for life, old chap, Booth Digby. Well, looks like we should talk to this Booth. Not that I can see a man called Booth around here. Oh, never mind. Oh, there's someone else here too. It's a lady. Is this needing unlocked?
It's locked.
Oh well. Hello?
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
You do realise that I could snap your boys in two without barely any effort at all. But, you know, by all means. We can ask him various things. I'm going to ask him a personal question about him being tired of the criminal life before we know anything else, which is, you know, a bit silly. But here we go. Let's ask him.
I know you're looking for an honest job, Booth. You're tired of this criminal life, aren't you?
It's just an idea. Edwina loves to run things so much. You can never really leave the gang. Wet boys for life, you know.
Well, appreciate the XP. Here you go.
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
Ah, I know Tom.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
Well, thank you, Mr. Digby, for your rather vulgar attitude, but nevertheless.
Everyone's throwing the blame.
Hello? Are you Edwina by any chance?
Good evening, miss. I am Dr. Reed. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I ain't paying any bill left by Clay.
I'm not here to collect payment, miss.
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then? Fancy buying something from me, maybe?
Oh, it depends what you got to offer, of course. Well, you're Clay's wife then, I take it? We should ask her quickly.
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know.
Well, yeah.
You're quite blunt, aren't you?
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity for those ready to embrace their destiny.
Well, I am kind of interested. So how do I tell her I'm interested? I can't, which is a bit unfortunate.
What gang...
If you're...
I'm not interested in a career in the criminal underworld.
Might have to ask her this first.
Fair enough. Stay away from us.
Since my return from the war,
Oops, sorry.
I don't feel that concerned by threats, knives, or even bullets, if you must know.
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet beats words every time.
Trust me, you ain't going to do anything to me. Though,
What can you tell me
I do
about
want a
this
job
part
off you.
of town?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
You sound like you're thinking of somebody in particular.
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That is a new...
there's a terrible new low, and where would you find this mass grave so I
Since you're a
can
doctor,
tell them off?
Maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
Sure, there we go. That's what we're after. Right, Sean.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless. Ask them, they must know something.
Ugh, your help.
Can I see what you have to sell?
As long as you have money, I'll show you all I have.
Right, you have nothing I want. Useless. However, we did get the quest offer, which is what we wanted. Now...
The sewer dog's fault, they say. Then the gang, the epidemic...
Ah, it's
everyone-
Dyson. Hello again. Ooh, hello, what happened there?
Mark my words, miss. These murders are the work of a vampire.
Miss?
A vampire?
Oh, I was about to say.
What do you mean?
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
Well, it looks like this fella
Let's go
knows
off
something.
pure hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back and hunting all these poor folk, he needs to catch him.
A sewer dog? What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws.
Uh-oh.
It comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Uh-oh.
Teeth, claws, murders by night? Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady.
Ah, video games. We've finished our scripted dialogue, now we must shuffle off awkwardly. Alright, well, firstly, I'm gonna go cure this fine fellow up here, because, you know, I don't like seeing him with fatigue.
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me? We met a few nights ago.
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I did the night before.
Yes, you had definitely drunk too much then as well. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to remember you. This time.
Cheers, mate. We can actually, get a quest off him.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Delaney?
I drink. I drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night. And then I drink some more.
Don't you work at all?
I'd love to, but I don't have the time. Didn't I tell you? Drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night.
No, that's true.
Why do you drink so much?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying slowly. Death can be so abrupt. Personally, I like to see mine coming at my own pace.
You sound very sad, sir.
That's because I am Doc.
Why are you so sad, sir?
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly. So joyful.
No reason at all to rejoice, then. Life is hopeless and then we die, is that it?
Let me tell you a story.
All right. Go on.
A few years ago, when I believed a resolute man could change things around here for good, a tragedy occurred nearby.
What kind of tragedy?
It was a bomb. A bomb that exploded and killed many people. Metal and blood everywhere. Shouts, fire, broken window of the shoe shop, the torn street light.
You lost people you loved that day, didn't you?
I've lost everything. But you know what the worst part is? I don't even remember where it happened. I've drunk so much to forget it. And now I can't remember where it was. I can't pay my homage to the dead.
I'm sorry, Mr. Delaney.
It's okay. If you ever find the place, just leave a flower for me there. Even if you tell me where it is. I'm not sure I'd memorize it.
Sure, there we go. We got a new quest now, which is good. So we're not really worried about the rest of it yet. Do you know where Sean is?
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
I really don't know. I heard he'd been abducted, and I don't know if he's back.
Who could tell me then?
About the sad saint. I'll try asking Tom what's about him.
Everyone did say asking Tom, that's fair enough. But let's cure him as well.
Inebriation aside, do you need medical help?
Yes. I feel sicker than usual these days.
Luckily.
Take this, then. And perhaps you could try to slow down the alcohol intake, too.
Hey, Doc, you don't really want me to stop the only remedy I can afford.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
Sad story, it seems. Let's see, where are we? Let's talk to you. Let's chat to the people, then we need to get to the hideout. So.
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
You're not doing a very good job then, are you?
Vampire Really?
Look at Jonathan's face,
I
he's
know
like,
what
what a
you're
fucking
thinking.
idiot.
I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Closer than you think,
Mr.
perhaps.
Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Look at his face.
I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
Well, tell me about... well, we actually need to unlock some stuff about him, but let's first of all ask him about the guard.
Have you heard of the
This
guard
guy's quite important, actually. so
Of
let's talk to him a
course.
bit.
They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
Were you ever tempted to join the guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
Okay, well, what about your work?
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual.
You
I
know that
try
body
and
down there?
encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Yes, apparently so.
What can you tell me about this neighborhood?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Poor boy. It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
Ah, a new hint, you say? Though, maybe not.
Goodbye. And good hunting, Mr. Throckmorton.
Now, we need to actually do the posters. The poster one's actually pretty okay, so we'll actually retract that quest. Whoops, wrong button. Because, believe it or not, that is actually a reasonably important one. So, we need to do that. Take some posters from the pile, which are, where exactly? Ah, so we got to take the posters from over there. That's slightly inconvenient, but never mind. Actually, tell you what, we'll go do that first if we can, because the quicker we get the posters, the better. What's the best way to get across? I wonder. Probably gonna have to go through here, which means gonna have to batter some idiots. You know how it is. Well, don't let me interrupt. Oh, hello. Holy crap, this guy hits a train. Gonna have to sort that out. Oh, he teleported in there. Don't you kill my... That's my lion. You find your fucking own. Alright, hold on a sec, lion. Sorry, hold on. Hold on. Oh, shit. I need to heal. Don't you eat that guy. Naughty. Naughty lion. Take your big nudie ass elsewhere and, you know, go ragdoll. Alright. Well. Oh, all this work. All this work just to get some posters. Isn't that always the way? Now, we do need to go back to where we were, obviously to go talk to Tom, but it's important we get the posters because it allows us to, you know, get stuff sorted.
I cannot enter.
Well, why not? Oh.
It's locked, all right.
Okay, what about this side? There is actually a clue about Ichabod around one of these places. I'm just not entirely sure where. Okay, so these doors are locked and we can't really do anything with it yet. Fair enough. Don't need to worry about it. We just have to scoot our way across. Leech? Where? Now, as you probably noticed, the enemy's certainly getting higher level, so we're actually going to have slightly more trouble dealing with these guys. Now, the key is to not bite them, especially these high level enemies, because we can just chain stun them, which is very helpful for our continued survival in the land of the living. I mean, they're obviously still dead meat to us, but, you know. Yeah, you should probably watch where you go. God, all I want to do is get to the posters. Is that so much to ask? Oh, we got a gun up here. Interesting. Looks like some sort of shotgun. Anything else down here? Except for dead people. That's a lot of dead people. We've got some boxes. See, this is why you just check everywhere, because, you know, why not? Nothing outside. Cool. Oh, there's that. That's handy. Is there a grate I should be opening? No, doesn't look like it. Right, onwards. We're almost to this, like, sort of safer area, which is just over there.
I cannot enter.
Oh, you bastard. Now, what's the best way to go from here, then? Well, this takes me to the North Docks area. There's not a lot I can do from up there yet. Okay, I need to see if I can find a way that goes... well, we did find a way, didn't we? Can we teleport over there? There was an outside bit, wasn't there? Not a very helpful outside bit, that's for sure. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm going to have to go round. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll do that next time, because I'm slightly running out of time. So what we'll do, we'll quickly jump into the safe house, which we haven't been in since our night of the escape, interestingly. Is there any new loot in here? There is not. So I will end it here. Next time, we're going to go... we're going to have to go round, probably, which means going through the docks this way. Scoot across the water here instead, and going around that way, which is no big deal. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed the set. Next time, more vampirizing, more terrorizing, and more biting. Oh, a dead person. Oh, I can't lose him. Anyway, peace!